Hello, Carol. Dickson-Carr here. Wanted to talk to you. I wanted to show you a tool I discovered thanks to Mr. Sherman Who, and he actually credits DeWald, and I follow both of these guys on Twitter. He was observing what DeWald was doing in his little, where you see right here what's going on, where things are from. Sometimes it's ping.fm, sometimes it's T-World, etc. Well, he saw down at the bottom that somebody had replied via Tweetdeck. So, Twitter's a little grumpy. Often it's grumpy. Sometimes we're not able to see the replies. Strangely enough, today I'm seeing replies before I see it in the actual time stream. But on the off chance that we weren't able to see replies, a lot of times we often turn to surmise.com, or we get our alerts from tweetbeat.com. So suppose we wanted to see this in all one fell swoop. Tweetdeck comes in. Because most of us really want to know what people are saying. Even if we're missing replies, we want to know if our handle is showing up somewhere else if it doesn't start right at the beginning. There is a lag for the recent time stream right now because I saw some replies that came in more recently. So, Twitter's moody, so we have our backup plans, right? We've got some people use Plurk. There's another tool out there that I'm not quite sure I'm excited about yet. But let's focus on Tweetdeck right now. So, here's our really cool Tweetdeck. I called it a Starfleet command last night. Eva Gregory tended to like that term, so I think I'll go with that. I went to tweetdeck.com and downloaded it, and I don't think it takes up a lot of RAM because I had a gazillion tabs open and it still works. I had 4 Microsoft Word docs open. I've since closed the tab so I could run the videos. Camtasia takes up a lot of resources. But here we are. This is kind of the default, what we see here. And currently, and I am following Tweetdeck. His handle is @Tweetdeck. And he or she seems to be very responsive to what we request. He even has a page out there that we can vote on. I'll show you that in a second. But I think the really cool thing about this is that you can see all the tweets. There tends to be sometimes a lag on that versus the replies. That just seems to be the case today. Yesterday it seems like a reply would trigger movement. It seems to refresh every 4 minutes. One of the suggestions that they have on that site that I'll show you in a second is that they have a sooner refresh. Another suggestion is that as soon as you tweet, we kind of like to see it over here. But I think it's cool. This is the beta version, so you can either over here and tweet, say what you're doing. You can also go to Surmise and search for see what people are saying. I'll just put my handle in. You can either pick local or global. And here's our global search. I was doing some testing because Surmise seemed to be an hour lag, and I wanted to see if the updates would happen if I had a reply show up. I hadn't had a reply in about an hour and a half. So that's how you do a global search. You can also create groups. So if you go to add a new group, and for the fun of it, I'll just go with, there's a bit of a lag, I apologize for that, 6 Sigma, and I'll grab this guy, and I'll grab this guy. He's a process improvement guy. I'll grab, and I can add more people to this as I go along, but I'm just thinking off the top of my head. And here's another guy, just interviewed him on Blog Talk Radio. Then you have a group for you. So anytime that somebody tweets, and it looks like his was fairly recent, last night, so you've got some stuff from last night. Anything that shows up in the past day, you've got this time frame here. It should show up in your new group. So that, I think, is really quite cool. Right now, if you were to, and here it looks like we've got the search, the replies. You can move things around, I believe. Either If you close this, though, the only thing is, what I notice is if you close the group that you create, you gotta recreate it. They might fix that later, but I had more folks in the Six Sigma group besides Jeff here. Replies. What usually shows up is your direct messages currently, but that's another one of those things that people say, can you please have them separated out or at least make it a different color. So looks like I've got some duplication here, so I'll delete that. But yeah, if you go to tweetdeck.com, download it. It doesn't use up a lot of resources. Let me show you the site that I think will... Oh, I hope I didn't delete it. Here it is. Here we go. So, and I don't have any votes left. I used all my votes up. But look, this Kim Beasley, another Twitter friend and Facebook friend, she hit me to this site, tweetdeck.uservoice.com. If you go over there, and there'll be a number of ideas that you see here, and you can vote. You get 10 votes, and once you use them all up, well, they'll tell you what happens after that. They'll keep you updated, and of course you have to, submit your email address, but that's not a big deal. So I guess that's all I have. Follow at tweetdeck.com. I'm sorry, follow at Tweetdeck, and he or she, I'm not sure if it's a male or female, will give you updates. Very responsive. We've been sending emails to not emails, but tweets to Tweetdeck, and quick replies. So I strongly recommend. Thank you for tuning in.